Hi, I'm Scott,
And I'm Andrew, and thank you for joining us for Hebrews Podcast.
where we talk about our personal experiences being dads in the day-to-day life of raising kids.
And coffee.
Lots of
Lots of coffee.
Lots of coffee. Good morning and welcome.
morning.
Welcome back to Hebrews
Good to be
Podcast.
back.
Good to be back here in the good old new office here.
Oh, yeah. This was the big announcement that we were talking about last week.
This was the surprise.
We are excited. We've got a whole new setup, as you can see, with some nice chairs.
This
a
chairs,
table.
comfy chairs, dedicated space that's not going to have a cricket running, but you might hear a dog or a kid for the time being.
Yeah.
That's
And no
always-
plows going.
No plows unless someone's
plows.
plowing my driveway,
That's
which I wouldn't mind. Come plow it if you want to. So
that would be pretty funny. Someone
it'd be great during us recording a podcast. They'll plow.
knock on the door. Hey, Scott, I'm going to plow your driveway.
I'm gonna plow. I'll take it.
But yeah, we got a new setup that we were super excited about.
Very excited.
Where it's gonna be a fun time, and I know the whole newness of it all is still kind of setting in, and it's
I know this is the first time, obviously the first time recording here because
yeah.
you hadn't seen it yet. So we might have some adjustments here and there.
Yeah, we'll have
Things
some
might look a little
adjustments.
different next week, or they might look the same because we liked it.
Yeah,
Who knows?
so be sure to stay tuned as we're not gonna be making this big of changes every week.
Not every
and
week.
probably not even every month. But
No, it was we had to get out of someone's office. I guess the
Yeah.
church was angry at us
No.
or something.
not at all.
That
No,
was a joke.
we were grateful that we could work in my office.
It was great, and we didn't want to take up too much space or time.
Honestly, it was just I feel like we were just too lazy to tear down and set up every week. And
it was a pain in the butt.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. But and it's nice to just like feel like, hey, we've got our space. Even
Yeah,
though
and now I
it's-
can be here with no pants on. Oh wait,
Wait a minute.
wait, we can see my legs. I have pants on. Sorry.
But thank you for tuning in.
We appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video if you're
Absolutely.
liking it. We appreciate all the views you guys are watching and enjoying it. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, or if you're not following the Spotify channel or our
Follow it up.
website at Podbean,
Podbean.
the link will be down in the description below. I'm not 100% sure on the link for our website. It's podbean.com/Hebrews podcast or something like that.
Yep.
Take a look in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah, but subscribe if you're not for YouTube. We love seeing you guys enjoying our content week by week.
Yeah.
And it really helps us, and it helps push it out to other people so they get to see our zany dad-isms,
Our goofiness.
our goofiness. I have pants on this week. That's always a
Yeah.
good thing. Tune in next week to find out that I will definitely have pants on again.
Next week there'll be
Next
more.
week there will still be pants. It might be the same pair. Who knows? So
Oh man, but yeah, it's good. It's good.
Uh-huh.
We love to. We're gonna start posting more stuff. I think.
Yeah,
weekly,
push it out.
and yeah, do some good stuff on Instagram. And as Scott said, be sure to like, comment.
oh, that's right. Follow our
subscribe.
Instagram too at Hebrews_podcast.
Yep. Be sure to. I know some people have just come up to me personally and said, "Hey, you should try this," or
Oh yeah, what did
so
they say? Do you know?
I forgot.
You forgot? All
That's
right,
why you gotta
come
drop it in the comments.
say it in the comments or send us an email at thehebrewspodcast
I will forget.
at gmail.com.
I promise you, I will forget.
All right, enough talk. Let's get to our coffee. I'm very
Yes.
thirsty here.
Yes. So
Today we did some iced lattes in my
something
espresso
new.
maker upstairs.
And our coffee today is
Oh yeah, why don't you read about that?
a Crux blend. It's from ASMR.
It's gonna be
from
super
the
loud.
Bean Box,
The Bean Box. I have a subscription to them.
and it's.
They're
I'm gonna
fantastic.
read this, and if you
Read it.
are a subscriber or if you're listening, you'll see why we're excited to try this. So it says it has a taste like, and then it has a little description. So it tastes like cherry cordial, cocoa, and nougat.
And nougat.
And it says, with smooth, rich flavors of nutty chocolate and cherry pie filling, the crux of the matter is this cup is delicious.
That is the crux
And it
of the
is.
matter. It is. Did you have some?
That was I had a little off camera. Sorry.
No. I did too. I'm not
Now
lying.
here's the official on
It
camera.
is really good.
It is delicious. It is quite delicious. I know we were talking. One of the things that we're trying to figure out is like because we've both you've made more espresso than I have.
I have, yeah.
And I'm still trying to figure out what I like and all, and what I like when I want to make it for people. But like the espresso, you still just call it coffee. Coffee to
coffee.
milk ratio is so interesting to try to figure out. But this is like
Oh, it's really good.
notch.
Oh man,
top notch. Like
I
watch
love
out, Starbucks.
I love iced coffee or iced
Yes.
latte. I will drink it all year round. It's negative 40 degrees out. I will order an iced latte
Oh yeah,
and I'll just drink it.
yeah. If I could make these, honestly, the
I
only
mean, you
reason
saw how hard it was that I did it. You
Yeah.
watched.
Well,
Not
the only
hard.
reason I don't usually make iced lattes at home is because I don't have an ice cube maker. So we have one of those little cube tray things.
Just
and-
remember to refill it. That's the easiest thing.
That's true.
It's
That's
so
true.
easy. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Or I could get-
Sometimes those ice cube things are easier than my stupid ice cube maker from my freezer. That
that
jams up and I have to dig my hand in there and like, is it gonna come out in one piece? My hand? I have no idea. And then the ice, is that gonna come out in one piece? That's another question on its
That's
own.
another question for another day. No, we could. Yeah, that'd be fun. We could get like the frozen. They make like a sphere that you can get, or like.
Oh, I
that
love
could be real
those.
fun.
We're actually we're redoing our kitchen because it's pretty old. And I was like, that's where I want my fridge. I want the ice cube, the ball ice cube makers.
Oh, that would
We
be
didn't get it.
really cool.
But
that would be pretty cool.
yeah, that is sad.
Yeah.
And that's a rabbit hole and a half. Watching
That
like Instagram reels of the people that make the ice carvings and
Oh
the
my
drinks and stuff.
goodness. Yeah, talk
The
about
little
that.
diamonds or the spheres.
Some people like their knack to see things like that is just it's impressive. It's
Mhm.
quite impressive.
Most impressive.
Yeah. So, how was your week this week? It's
My
been a-
week went pretty well, good week overall. Hanging out with kids, it was the last week of hockey for the kids, so
Mm.
it's kind of bittersweet.
Yeah.
I feel like it always comes up so fast.
Mm.
It's like it's a long season. Hockey
Oh.
season is not short. It starts in the end of October, like the beginning of November, and
Wow.
yeah, it ends in
That-
the second and third week in March.
And that's for
And they have every Monday and Wednesday, and then Fridays they have games.
wow.
So
And that's
for
not
both
even
of my
like
kids. For,
middle school level.
no,
or, like,
ages
that's-
4 through 9, I think, or mites 4
Okay.
to 8,
I
4
was
to
gonna say,
9.
isn't it mites?
Yeah, mites is the youngest group.
I remember somebody asking me, I was asking one of my students for his hockey schedule, and he sent me this link to his schedule, and it said Pee Wee. I was like,
Pee Wee sound.
I was
The
like,
naming is ridiculous.
because like Pee Wee in baseball,
Yeah.
like that's like
the little kids,
Right,
exactly.
right.
You're a Pee Wee.
right.
Exactly.
But Pee Wee, it's like middle school. I'm like, oh, that's so weird. Like I gotta learn all these new terms. But
There are a lot of weird terms.
that is a long season. Like that's pretty long
Yep,
for
so-
that age group. But if they love it, hey,
They enjoy it. Toward the end of the season, it's a bummer because they're like, we just don't want to do hockey today. It's like a Monday, and they're like, we're tired. And I can't say, no, you're going no matter what, because then they're going to be on the ice like crying or, and not because they're crybabies, but just tired. It's a long season. They have school. They have other activities they're doing too.
yeah.
So, there was that. Was the last week of hockey, and let's see, had a funeral for a friend this weekend.
Yeah.
Weekend was
That
pretty
was-
packed.
Yeah, it was a packed weekend. Jam-packed full. We got
Mhm.
more snow, and we got more snow coming, apparently.
More snow coming. Oh, I have a great story to tell. During dinner over the weekend, my daughter. So we had some barbecue nachos, barbecue pork. Yeah, pulled pork, barbecue pulled pork nachos with barbecue sauce. That's like I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just like going
Barbecue.
Yeah, exactly. But the sauce on what's the brand?
Sweet Baby Ray.
Sweet Baby Ray. It says
Oh.
the sauce is Boss on the top.
Yes.
And my 6-year-old's learning to read. She's doing really great. And she read it and she said something with the boss. And I made the joke that Tony Danza is not the boss. Angela's the boss. Of course, the show Who's the Boss from the 90s with Tony Danza. And my 6-year-old, in all seriousness, goes, no, God's the boss. And I'm like, you know what? Are you the boss of the house? And she looks at me in all seriousness. She goes, if you don't know that God's the boss, I'm the boss. That's what she told me. That's like, okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, so that was my dear sweet Olivia.
That's so fun. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness.
She's a great kid.
She is
Clever.
She's fun.
Conniving. She's the boss.
She's the boss.
She
yes.
is the boss. For sure.
And she loves Rylan every time that we're all together.
She does.
Look what baby RJ's doing.
She's a
follows
great
around.
big sister, and
Yeah.
we knew it before we had Eliza that Olivia definitely wanted to have a baby.
Mhm.
She was great with baby dolls, and she was always pretending to be a big sister or a
Yeah.
mom. and it was like it's gonna be great.
It's
And
so interesting. Like, oh, go ahead.
Oh no, and she does amazing with Eliza, and she loves other babies too because
Yeah.
they do different things than Eliza does. So she sees
Right.
RJ running around, and she's like, "Oh, I need to help him do this or this or this,"
Mhm.
and she just likes it.
It's so interesting how like even just seeing your two older girls and the difference, and not that like Olivia is better than Emily, but just like how Olivia gravitates toward that.
Yeah.
And Emily's like, yeah, I'll play, but then she's also like, but I kind of want to just go read. my
Emily's
book
a
by myself.
lot more independent
go
than
draw.
Olivia. Sure.
And it's so interesting, like the difference in how kids are, and I'm excited for that. Like just the difference in how that's gonna be with Rylan and future babies.
Well, I mean,
whatever
he's
that
going to be
looks
different than any other kid that you know. I know you have a
Yeah.
lot of younger sisters and brothers. And
like.
do you have any younger brothers?
No, not a younger brother. I got an older brother.
That's right.
All younger sisters.
That's right. And I knew that as
Soon
well.
to be another sister, actually.
Congratulations.
yeah,
That's
so-
exciting.
I haven't really talked about that, actually, that my parents adopted one and are in the process of adopting another one. And I can talk a little bit more about that when that's finalized, and not share a ton of details, obviously. But that does play a pretty big role into...
Wait, what's the names? What's their address? Can I have the social?
Socials, yeah.
No, of course not.
But no, it is pretty cool just to see. I know we've talked about it a little bit, but just different, how different our kids like experience things, and see things, and react to things. So it's so cool just to see the different personality traits come out. I mean, I see it in other people's kids, and I'm like, oh yeah, you don't notice it as much. Like you notice it, but it's not like, oh my goodness, like
Yeah.
And I'm saying it like I've seen it in my own kids, but really just
You will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my week was pretty much the same. Packed weekend with the funeral. That was obviously a funeral. This one was probably one of the more difficult funerals that
I agree with that
I've been to. I haven't been to too many, but this one was a hard hitter. But it was still awesome to celebrate and to hear the stories. And just celebrate his life and just his legacy, really. So
I was blessed to spend Thursdays and Sunday mornings with him.
yeah,
And he's always a great guy. And but being at the funeral, listening to his family talk about him, I really wish I had spent more time with him. And I know it's probably the way it goes with a lot of people,
right.
and especially once they're gone,
Right.
I can't spend more time with them.
Yeah,
It's kinda tough.
unfortunately.
But he seemed like a really great guy, and I know he was from the Thursdays and Sundays we spent together. But
Yeah.
it did hit hard
Oh,
when
yeah.
anything unexpected comes up.
Yep. Yeah, so we had that going on. Started a new series with youth. I don't think I have any teenagers that listen, but I'm going to make them eat crickets.
Eating
'cause
crickets.
We're going to talk about
they
the
chocolate
story.
covered?
No, I'm going to do some
should-
fun flavors like bacon or something cool like
Are you
that.
gonna like buy crickets and cook them?
No, I'm not buying them. I'm buying them off Amazon. They're already dead and flavored. So
Dead and flavored.
we're going to be talking about faith over fear. And so I'm gonna
Oh, that's good.
have them eat some crickets. We're going to look at the story of Joshua and, oh my goodness, I'm blanking on his name. Oh, man. The Israelite spies. So when they go and they see the...
10 were bad and 2 were good. 2
Mhm.
were good.
Yep.
There were hand motions. I don't remember them.
Now I look real bad. I cannot remember the other. It was Joshua and not Caleb.
It was Caleb.
Was it Caleb? Did I
Yeah.
remember that right?
I think so.
Wow, look at me.
I mean, I didn't go to
Anyways.
Bible college.
Okay.
I'm not the youth pastor.
Okay.
I'm not the family pastor at our church.
Cut this part out. But we're
Hey,
gonna
I'll
look
let you guys know that we haven't cut a single thing out, which is amazing because I'm pretty sure I made some wild hand gestures at one point.
yeah,
And we
yeah.
left them in. So if you're an audio listener, go watch the YouTube
Check
once
it
in a while.
out. But yeah, we're gonna look at that story and talk about a couple weeks series.
It is
on
Caleb.
but
I'm like 80% sure on this.
I feel like it is Josh and Caleb. That sounds
Yes,
very familiar.
because I had friends growing up, and their names were Josh and Caleb.
Ah.
So I'm pretty sure that's right.
Okay. But yeah, I'm making eat crickets. It's gonna be fun.
Yum.
It's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna challenge them to, just grow in their faith and all that good stuff. So we thought it'd be fun to incorporate not only like our weekly updates of how things have been going, but also do some fun dad jokes.
Fun dad jokes. I got a good one.
I'm
And
excited.
I'm going to preface this by saying that I believe the man who we celebrated his life recently would also enjoy this joke.
Oh, okay.
So it's not in poor taste. I think he would enjoy it.
Yeah.
So here it goes. There was a funeral, and a man stands up as the open mic is there, and he goes, "Do you mind if I share a word?" And the widow goes, "Yes, of course. Come share a word." And he gets up to the podium. He taps the mic. Bargain. And he goes and he sits back down in his seat. And the widow comes up and she goes, "Thank you very much. That means a great deal." Yeah. I thought that was a good one to share. I can see him laughing at that too. At first I was like, yeah, I'm going to say that one on the podcast. And I was like, is that in bad taste? But no, he would laugh for sure.
Yeah.
He was a funny, great guy.
Yep. I had to Google one. But I figured this one would be if you know.
Yeah, it's fine.
If you know Scott and I, you would think this one is.
I'm not going to take a
fun.
sip before I listen to this.
It's not like a.
I'm not going to spit my drink out laughing.
No, yeah, but you'll probably like it. I love let me just preface with this. I love the corny dad jokes that when you're not a dad or if you don't like this humor, you're like, that's the stupidest joke ever.
Yeah.
But and now as a dad, I'm like, they're so fun. Like we have a friend who we play games with that hates our dad jokes.
Yeah, he'll just like leave a phone call if you make a dad joke or something.
Yeah, so we just keep telling him.
It's great.
So why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing?
I know the answer. Do you want me to give it up?
Go ahead.
In case they get a hole in one.
In case they get a hole in one.
I like it a lot.
Corny, dumb, but it's fun.
Yeah, we'll make sure we bring some extra socks when we golf too.
Yes.
I'm never getting a hole in one.
Yeah, me neither.
But I get holes in lots of socks.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I do
yeah,
need an extra pair of socks.
I'm glad our feet
aren't showing. Yeah, exactly.
You
just have to imagine my feet are. I'm gonna stop. If you have any funny dad jokes, drop in the comments.
Yeah,
would love to hear them.
It'd be fun to do like a dad joke, a podcast.
Dad
or
joke.
something. My dad used to do that actually.
I can see that.
As a high school math
Yeah.
teacher, and he would do
I
a
remember
dad
you talking
joke of
about
the
that.
day. Yep. Yeah, so it was fun. We do want to keep this one a little bit lighter.
Last one we did talk about grief. If you missed it, go ahead and listen.
Yeah.
It was after we had found out our friend had passed, and just talking about how you handle your own grief, and it wasn't how you should handle it; it was how we handle our grief.
Yeah.
So go ahead and take a look. And made a little joke about Charlie Brown being good grief, Charlie Brown. That's the way I handle grief. I make jokes and I try to laugh.
Yeah.
So if you missed it, definitely go check it out. But today our topic is going to be about kids and extracurriculars in school. How much is too much? And are they spending enough time at school doing school stuff? Or are they wasting their time playing sports? Or I don't know what other extracurriculars kids do nowadays. There's probably video game clubs at this point.
I was at the middle school. They have a trap shooting club now.
Trap shoot? I don't know what that is. It sounds a lot like crap shoot.
Like where they throw the clay targets and you shoot it with a shotgun.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, I was like, whoa! Get this. It's kind of funny. So on the flyer it says the safest extracurricular. I can't remember. Safest sport that your kid can be a part of.
I just licked my fingers. There was something in my mouth. It was like a beard hair. Sorry. And I just realized that, oh, wait, I'm on camera. It's not an actual just a podcast. Sorry. The safest sport.
The safest sport your kid can be a part of. I thought that was interesting. But I mean, I guess it makes sense because there's one shooter that's shooting
still
the clay
accidents.
targets.
I don't think any sport's the safest sport. I'm not saying that that's not a safe sport. I'm just saying sports are not safe in general.
Like, they're shooting guns. And anyways, it was so there's clay
That's really cool.
shooting.
All right. That's called trap shooting.
Trap shooting.
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna butcher. There's a bunch of different ways of I'm not even gonna try to name or differentiate between the couple different things of it's basically a clay target flies and you shoot it.
Okay. Wow.
So anyways.
So yeah. I know your kid is a little young for extracurriculars at school. But my children, let's see, we have hockey.
Yeah.
I was thinking, do I want to talk about summer stuff? That's why I paused. We have hockey and we have dance during the school year. Dance runs the whole time. Dance is done at like the end of May. It starts in like the fall. Dance is once a week for my kids. Each of them have once a week classes. And hockey is 2 times a week all year long. and like half the year there's a third time of the week. So we have something every day of the week because it's Monday hockey for both of them. Tuesday, one of them has dance. Wednesday, hockey. Thursday, the other one has dance. Friday, hockey. And then we have the weekend, which, of course, I volunteer at church on Sundays. So I'm basically gone the whole day on Sunday. And Saturday is, well, we have Saturdays. So it's a hectic, busy schedule. And in that end, when the kids are like, maybe I don't want to go to hockey today, we're like, okay, let's take today as we have another day of the week to do something else at home. Yeah. So that's good. But then this summer, we also have some extracurriculars that we do. We do soccer through the summer, and that program's way shorter than we'd like it to be. We could probably sign up for 2.
Yeah.
But we usually like to do stuff in the summer as well. So, And then there's also swim in the summer they do.
Fun.
This year they wanted to do swim in the winter because it's also offered.
Oh.
And to be fair, it's really cool. No, it is offered at the rec center.
Okay.
Probably also at the high school gym. I know there's a separate swim program there, but we use the rec center program.
Yeah.
And they really wanted to do it because Flyers came home and they're like, look, there's swim. It's open in January. That's silly. We're like, you know what else is silly? You have hockey. You have dance. You have hockey. You have dance. You have hockey. You're not doing swim. But they're great.
Yeah.
Olivia is interested in basketball.
Oh.
So I think next year we might give her the option to do a basketball or one of the other two. Like if she drops out of dance or hockey, we can do basketball.
Yeah.
But I don't think she loves hockey. And, she's good at it. So is Emily. But Emily's been doing it for longer. So.
Yeah, I obviously I can't speak to what Ryland's doing, but
what about you when you were in school?
When I was in school, I was always doing something. In the winter, I'm a sports person. Like, I just love being active, being out there, doing things. I'm a busybody. I can't be sitting still, not doing anything. So like in the winter or fall, I'd play soccer. The winter, I bowled because I was like, why
bowling?
not? It's fun.
That is really cool. Did you have your own bowling ball?
Yeah, I did actually.
Nice. Did we talk about this?
I don't think so.
Because I had my own bowling ball, but I never bowled in like a league. My friend bowled in a league, and I bought the bowling ball from him because it looked so cool.
Yeah, actually, I started diving. I did diving was it sophomore year? I'd have to ask my buddy Colby.
Synchronized, please.
No, normal diving until I knocked myself
Colby,
out.
the Colby we know?
Yes. Yeah, that
Did
Colby.
he dive as well?
Yeah, he was a really good diver.
No way.
He was a very good diver.
You learn something new every day.
And he kept trying to talk me into diving because he played soccer with me. And I was like, I don't want it because I knew the swimmers had like 5 a.m. practice. And
oh, yeah.
You know how I am with getting up in the morning.
I do know how you are with getting up in the morning.
And it was worse in high school. And I was like, I don't want to be up that early. But anyway, so I dove until I got a concussion. And
the concussion was from not diving, correct?
No, it was from diving.
You dove so hard into the water, you concussed
yourself.
were.
It was dry land practice. Sorry for a little side note. If you don't want to hear about like blood and stuff, you can skip ahead.
Wait, hold on real quick. Dry land practice for diving. You don't dive into the ground, right?
No. There's like these giant 2-foot, 3-foot gymnast mats. Like
okay.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's probably seen those. Yeah. And the pool was apparently too cold. I didn't know that was a thing until we showed up to practice, and it was too cold. And so we were practicing our flips, like flipping and then landing on the mat. And not that I was a great diver, but I went from no diving experience to I dove in a competition. I wasn't one of the scoring divers, but I dove in a competition.
Sure.
But to do that, I think you had to have 6 dives that you could do. And so I went I think it was like 4 weeks. I went from never diving a day in my life to having 6 dives that I could get scored on in 4 weeks. But then 2 weeks later, when we were doing this practice and whatever, when I do my front flips, I wasn't cool enough to keep my eyes open. My eyes like locked tight.
Oh no!
And so I did my front flip, and everybody else, like what they tell you to do is wait till you see the ceiling and then kick your legs out, so you land kind of in like an L position on your butt. And I didn't land like that. I landed in the cannonball position, and I landed on my butt and my feet, but momentum made my head go forward, and I kneed myself. If I would have, you know how they always like this is, I mean, this is kind of a cool God story, actually. You know how they always say, like, if you hit somebody in the nose, it'll jam their cartridge. Yeah, it'll kill somebody.
Yeah.
I
always thought that was a joke, but
I can't remember which side of the nose it's on. I think it was my right side. I need myself, and it clipped me right on this, like right next to the bridge of my nose. If you can see it on camera, like right here. So if it was literally like an inch over, I would probably not be here. But it was not fun. Knocked myself out. I sat up, and then blood just, and it was
man,
good time.
Wow.
Anyway, so yeah, I did that, and then in the spring, I all that to say, I dove, played, and then when I did that, I was like, I'm done diving.
No more diving for me.
So I bowled.
Who thought diving would be such a dangerous sport?
Yeah, actually, no, I bowled first, then dove. Yeah, bowled first, then dove, and then in the spring, I golfed. So
nice.
I didn't like I wanted to play baseball because I love baseball. I love playing baseball. Church softball, yes.
Yep.
Blitzball, yes. But I didn't like the coach. I didn't like how my brother was. No, how my brother was treated at the high school level.
Sorry, I was making a joke.
No, yeah. I mean, my dad was my coach growing up. But yeah, I didn't like the way that he was treated, and the way our high school was if you didn't play summer ball, you basically were not a starter.
Okay.
And I was like, I answered for my parents. They probably would have tried to make it work, but I was like, I don't want to be that one kid that says, I want to play travel ball so that I can play in high school.
Sure.
Because one of 5 kids, like it costs a lot.
Travel sports stuff, is like, crazy.
Yeah.
That's something that I'm worried about because hockey is a mostly travel sport. If you really want to play hockey, you got to be on a travel team.
That's why I didn't play. I would have loved to play hockey growing up. We used to play street hockey all the time.
Yeah.
But my high school didn't have a team. And there weren't. One of my friends in high school, actually, he passed away off a freak accident. He was in the. He was about to be. You'll understand. I feel like I've talked to you about him. He was, 16, and he was already being scouted for the OHL.
Oh, wow.
As a goalie. Like, he was phenomenal. He's a phenomenal player. His brother actually plays over in Europe somewhere.
Okay.
But when he passed away, they developed this program that pays for people that can't afford to play travel hockey.
Hockey's really expensive.
I wish I could have had that when I wanted to play hockey. But
yeah, anyways. Very expensive.
Yeah, so I did a lot, and I learned a lot. I learned what I can skip, what I can do to get by. It's not the best thing to learn, but I did definitely learn a lot. And I think I would like now putting my dad hat on, like in it with Rylan. Like I'm probably I would want him to be involved.
Yeah.
Like I'd love for him to play sports or be involved in band, or because there's friendships that you gain from those experiences.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of life lessons that I feel like sports.
Team sports are great for learning lessons because you win, you lose.
Right. And even like band stuff, like as in an orchestra. Or
you learn how to get made fun of incessantly.
But you also learn how to like your part may not be the part that's always heard. So you have to learn how to be the support and like realize that, okay, yeah, you may not be that front runner that is punching the main melody, but your part is also very important as a support.
Yeah.
Same thing with like a play. So I think there's tremendous value in a lot of the extracurriculars that kids can get involved in these days. My big concern is if he's like me, he's going to want to try to do anything and everything.
Sure.
And just like you had said, like, and I think that's the balance, is trying to find that happy medium of you can still get your stuff done. You're going to have to learn how to like.
Exactly. If the schoolwork isn't getting done, then we're in a different.
Right.
Different
But also like, I shouldn't say I don't want, but I would prefer if he's not just coming home after school and not doing anything.
Not doing anything at all. You're right.
Because if he's like me, I don't think that's gonna be. Even Lainey, she's the same way. Because Lainey was playing. She played sports and was in dance, and was singing and all this stuff through her middle school and high school career. So it's like
interesting.
We have both of us that come together, and
there's a lot I don't know about her. Maybe she should get on here and tell us all about herself.
She's not a dad. No,
she's
kidding.
not a dad.
That
You're
could
right.
be fun. We could have our wives.
We could have a
take
She
over.
Brews podcast.
A She Brews. She Brews takeover.
She Brews episode. It would be fun.
I think that's
put a pin in that.
That'd be We'll document it. see where it goes.
Yep.
But I think the biggest thing is just when it comes to extracurriculars, and it's finding that balance. And for each family, it's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. Like some families are okay with, like my family. It was crazy.
Sure.
We never really knew who was going to be picking us up. Not because like my parents were just gone, but it was
other kids are doing something different. Exactly.
Yeah, and 5 of you are all in band, soccer, softball, baseball, diving, knocking yourself out,
getting unconscious,
and especially when when you get, I feel like at a younger age, it can be kind of easier to kind of walk your kids through stuff because typically when they're grouped together, it's at least in the similar location. But I remember there are times where my mom and dad were like, "Hey, we're going to be 15 minutes late. I'm so sorry. I didn't forget about you. It's just we're driving from 20 minutes away."
Exactly.
We have to. So but trying to find that balance. And that's okay. And it's going to be crazy. I know it.
Yeah.
It's going to be hectic. But I want to be as supportive as I can. And that's the biggest thing. Lane and I have talked about well, what if Rylan doesn't do this? What if he doesn't do that?
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately we've said, well, it doesn't really matter. Like what you've said numerous times, we can't force our kids to like something. We can help coach them and help gently nudge, but if they really don't like something, well, okay.
Yeah, don't push it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I love what you were saying about your girls, and sometimes you just need a break from, especially at that age, because at that, I mean, really at any age, if we as dads or parents are I don't care if you're tired, I don't care.
Yeah,
and there's times where yes, you do.
Yeah,
but there's also times where you can kind of gauge the situation. If I push too much, they'll just pull away from everything.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I think it was back in Maine or something. I was at a place. Nina used to help coach a kids hockey team or something, and they were little girls, and she was helping a goalie coach. And one of the parents there, I can't remember, but they were like, "Oh, you missed that shot, or you weren't moving fast enough. You got to do laps around this place." And it was an ice rink, running around an ice rink. And I was like, "Okay, the kid's 8 or 7. They're not in the NHL. Just relax. They're having fun, or they're trying to have fun."
Right.
And it's that's not the kind of parent I am. I'm gonna try to make them do what they need to do, but I'm not gonna make them want to hate me for something they're gonna forget all about. So.
Yep, and that's one of the biggest things that I think, especially in today's day and age and culture around sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad to see from the outside, and I just hope and pray that because I know how competitive I can get.
Sure.
And I beat myself up probably more than I need to, and I know that, especially when it comes to sports, mainly because I know I can do better, not because I want to be the best, but because I know that my mistake that I just committed was either avoidable or that's not how I normally play. But I just hope that, and I hope I can keep my cool when my kids, because it's not a if, it's when they strike out or when they do something that they know they're not supposed to do, because in those moments we have the awesome opportunity to help. We can either I'm trying to remember how it said we can either continue to tear them down or build them up, and it's in those moments that they'll probably remember for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
I remember my dad coming alongside me numerous times, sometimes for the stupidest things. This is a little side note, but I had a wart right here, and I'm a left-handed. When I bat left-handed. Mm-hmm. So I had a wart on the bottom of my palm that would rest on the knob of the bat. and it would hurt, and it would hurt bad. And it got to the point where like I was missing stuff, and like my dad, my coach didn't pull me aside and like scold me. He just asked me, "Hey, what's going on?"
Mm-hmm.
And instead of like, "Why'd you miss this? Why are you?" Because I cried one time. It was hurting so bad, and whatever.
Last year,
make fun of me. Yeah, last year.
Church softball. He was crying.
But he could have been like, "Why'd you miss that? Why'd you?" But no, he genuinely cared. Like, "Hey, what's going on?" He like, you I can't tell that you're hurting.
Right.
He didn't say this, but I can tell that something's off.
Right.
But it's more of those conversations that we get to have that are super beneficial and helpful, because it's in those moments that the teaching and the coaching, I feel that speaks volume more than we're gonna do 15 push-ups for every strikeout, or And there is truth to pushing
Sure.
and like
tough love is
training.
like a thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't employ it
Right.
personally because it's not the kind of person I am.
Yeah.
But it's not a wrong thing.
Right.
There's definitely a too far thing with tough
Oh
love.
yeah, 100%.
And there's definitely a wrong way to do it, but there's a right way to do it.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's kind of
That's what you
my
got?
ideas, my thoughts on, and I'm sure we'll have more. I'll be like, why did I say this? Why did I? But we might even come back to this maybe in a couple of years. That'd be cool for I'd love to still be doing our podcast. Be like, hey,
Sure.
we
This
talked
is what
about
we're
this a
doing.
couple of years ago. This is what Ryland's doing now. This is how I'm running around trying to chase him around. And so, yeah.
Yeah, well, for me, extracurriculars, in high school, did a lot of drama stuff. We did drama club, a choir. I was more into the liberal arts and stuff. And music. I played guitar. But I also did soccer for like 2 years. And that was the only sport that we had at our high school. We had soccer and basketball. So I think I might have mentioned that before. Neither sport really interested me, but I played soccer because there was nothing else to do.
I love soccer.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's fun. That's what I played at North Central, and I played baseball too. But I really wanted to play soccer.
Yeah, I mean, soccer's fun to watch when it's like the World Cup, but anything else is boring.
I will not disagree.
Really?
I don't like watching soccer.
You don't like watching soccer,
I do
huh?
not like watching soccer. It's
The
like
first
watching-
time I met you, you were watching soccer.
That's because it was my college.
Yes.
Yes.
We were at a football, like we were watching a football game at someone's
Because
house.
it was the Packers. Why would I want to watch the Packers?
That's a good point. I
rather watch
didn't know you
soccer
then.
than watch the
I
Packers.
was like, there's a guy there watching soccer on his phone while we have football on the
And then
TV.
we played knee hockey.
And then we played knee hockey, and my
bloody
jeans
knees.
stuck to my legs because, yes,
And
bloody
this was the
knees.
start of the bromance.
The bromance. And that's when Hebrew started.
That's
Yep. So I guess that's all we have for the topic. We'll come back at you next Thursday, 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Make sure you're here.
Yeah, we'll be
We'll be here.
here.
We'll be here.
We'll be here recording, talking about something we don't have.
Coffee, please.
Coffee, please. Thanks to my wife, she found that.
It's
It was supposed to be for my office, but I was like, this would be really cool for our podcast. And
It's
she was
great.
like, okay,
It's wonderful.
pretty cool. So we put a light on it, and
It's beautiful.
yeah. So thanks for tuning in, though. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
We know, like we said, this was a little bit lighter, but it's still like I feel like there was
There's good
meat.
stuff in there. Yeah, exactly.
Not
Yeah,
that
we're
like,
learning how to be dads.
yeah. So it's fun. And we just like talking and
Mm-hmm.
drinking coffee.
Yeah, enjoy your coffee and enjoy the rest of your day or your night whenever you're actually listening or watching.
Yeah. And be sure to drop us comments on different ways to make coffee. Hey, what do you think about this? Or email us at the Hebrews Podcast.
Yeah, the
@gmail.com.
Hebrews
We
Podcast.
appreciate it, and we'll see you next week.